USA, USA, you. Hello, guys. Welcome back to the final round of games for the World Cup. Yes, yes, we're at that stage already. We're approaching the third round of games for everyone. And something you guys might notice, there are more games. We have six games coming up on Wednesday. What that means is that because of how qualification might shape out, we have groups A, B, and C playing tomorrow. The Group B games are all going to be at the same time. Same with Group C, same with Group A. And as always, I've got my co-hosts here with me, Biodun, Yudi. Hey guys, we're going to be talking about all the games, what to expect, who we expect to qualify, and we'll give you guys the breakdown. You guys ready?
Let's do it.
Yeah. At some point, I thought that was Alexi Lalas, and yeah, it's all right.
I believe that. Really, really. Believe, man. Believe. You've seen the ad. Believe in miracles. Believe in miracles.
Fair.
Okay, all right.
Maybe
We're gonna
the
get you off
NFL.
soon then.
All right. So first game up is the host nation, Canada, one of the host nations. Canada goes up against Switzerland. So this game, if you're looking at the group, effectively determines who is going to finish first in that group. Um, Canada started off with a draw. I think they had a lot of possession in that first game, couldn't get the win, and then they managed to pretty much eliminate Qatar. Well, not quite, because as it stands, both Bosnia and Qatar still have a chance to go through as the third best place team. So that's what's coming up. Bosnia and Qatar are going to fight it off for that third place spot. Switzerland and Canada are going head to head again to figure out who wins the group. Bjorn, what are your thoughts on this group?
Um, interesting. Switzerland, I think they lost their chance in the open game when Qatar equalized that minute, right? I think that's
Mhm.
what changed the game, and that's why Qatar is at. That's why Switzerland is at 4 points.
Mhm.
And if that game ends up in a draw, Canada will win the group. Um, I believe both of them will go through. I think it's a matter of who comes third. I I don't expect Switzerland to lose this game. I think the
Mhm.
worst result for them will be a draw. Uh, Canada is an okay team. They will try to put up a fight, especially being home and also as an host nation. So it's gonna be an exciting game. But Switzerland has been a little underwhelming. So, but I still don't expect them to lose. I think they're probably gonna put up a fight. Uh, I think there is an issue between the coach and Okafor. So I don't expect Okafor to
Mhm.
get any game minutes. He hasn't so far. I think he's going to stay on bench, especially uh, what are these guys scoring? I'm skipping on their names right now. They're scoring, they're delivering, so the coach is probably just going to stick to the team he has, and that
Yeah.
injury to Coney, the Canadian guy, so he's going to have somebody come in for Canada. I'm
Yeah.
not a fan of Jesse Marsh. I'm just gonna say that I don't rate him, and I I think if he goes through and maybe he wins one more game, I think that's probably a good
A
outing
good
for them.
performance.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
don't I don't see them going beyond the game after this. Yeah.
I think if Canada managed to qualify from the group stage, I think that's the minimum expectation, and it looks like they more or less will do that. Which, like you said, I think that's a good performance for Canada. Yuri, thoughts? Anything
Yeah.
contrary? Do you expect Switzerland to finish top as well?
No, at the end of
Who
the
do you
first
expect to win?
match day, this group looked very evenly matched, right, with all the
Hmm.
draws all over the place, and then the two red cards, Canada just really took it home um, against Qatar. I can see, this game being a draw, like you said. I can see, Canada winning the group. But Switzerland are typically good, but I think Canada have enough to get this done. at least to win the group. So I see a draw.
Okay, so you're expecting Canada to win. Interesting. One thing I've noticed from Switzerland is Switzerland dominated their games, but they didn't. They seem to lack that finishing touch. I think, yeah, that's what I've noticed from them. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see if it's
No, I
enough.
expect them to win the group, but the game to be a draw. So they're already on top and ahead, and I expect that to just be
Oh, okay. So
a
you
tie
expect the
game.
game to be a draw and Canada finishes ahead. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Um. Okay. That's that. Do you guys think Qatar manages to find a way past Bosnia, or is this does Bosnia just sneak in through? I don't think Bosnia has to start good either, as we can tell by both their goal difference and their points so far.
That one is going to be tricky because
Yeah.
they kind of, to me, both of them kind of at par. I honestly, maybe they're going to play a draw, right? And
Yeah.
I'm just trying to see what that situation will look like if they end up playing a draw. So if they end up playing a draw,
They end up a
good
draw.
first few balls,
They don't end
because
up on 2 points with Qatar
Bosnia.
is limited due to goal difference. Yeah.
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 But that horrible hat by Qatar in the last game, I honestly not rooting for them. I think they should be eliminated and they should go back home because that was just it was an unnecessary challenge. Was too much and breaking somebody's leg. So
Yeah.
personally, I want them out. So yeah, that's just me.
Multiple red cards.
I think Bosnia do enough to win the game, no matter what it takes, right? Win it on the pitch and get it over the line.
Okay, so we expect Bosnia in third. Canada and Switzerland may flip flop and Qatar out. Okay, that's our take on Group B. Let's move on to Group C. One of the pre-tournament favorites, just because by virtue of their history, they always come in as pre-tournament favorites in the World Cup. Brazil, they managed to find a way to lead the group after that draw against Morocco. I was not surprised by that draw. I don't know if people were surprised, but I watched Morocco a week before the World Cup, and I fully expected that performance. And I wasn't at all surprised that they beat Scotland either. I fully expect they will beat Haiti in this last game. Now, Brazil, Scotland, that's going to be a tough one because Brazil could lose it all and finish, well, not lose it all, but they could finish third, which, could make things very interesting for whoever they meet in the next round. But how do you guys feel about Ancelotti's Brazil so far? Because it's Ancelotti, we all know what he's done at club level, multiple league titles, multiple Champions League winner. Now he's taking on the challenge of a country who always have huge demands in the World Cup.
Can we? Here's my own truth. Here's my own opinion. People might disagree. Ancelotti was at Everton. We know what happened, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Ancelotti at
for those who don't know, they didn't do much.
Right, at other big clubs, he won trophies. These most managers, right? No matter how good you are, you need resources. We talk about Ancelotti, Pep, and all these guys. They find the way and they go to clubs where they have unlimited resources. I don't think I should use the word unlimited, but most of the time, the way these guys have operated, they've operated in kind of like they had a lot of resources, right? Compared to other managers that are as good as them, that they don't have the resources they have. And I'm saying that to say Ancelotti is great, but he's limited by the quality of the Brazilian players that he has on his team. Compared to where he won trophies, where he had these vast resources and talented players to work with, right? This Brazilian squad is okay. It's not the best of a decade, 20 years, many years ago. We know that this is not the same Brazil that anyone is scared of, right? Morocco wasn't scared. They came out, they played, they could have won, right? I think some of us predicted a draw, if not a win for Morocco. Morocco is one of the highly rated African nations in this tournament. So toe to toe, they contested. These guys are average players, right? We know them, the Man U fans. They try to rate Cunha. Cunha is average. He scored, he can do his dance and all that. Nobody cares, right? I mean, if Thiago could make a team, just tell you the level of that Brazilian squad. And now Rafinha is out because he has an injury, right? I don't know why he hasn't played Hendrick. You should ask Ancelotti. They talk that Neymar might be in the squad, right? Paqueta is in there, but he's not delivering, right? Paqueta is the same Paqueta. I mean, it's good. He
Had a good
shows.
assist in that game against Haiti, but again,
That's what I'm saying.
It was hard to judge because it's Haiti.
Yeah. So now they're going to play Scotland, right?
Yeah.
Morocco, Scotland. That was a tough game, even though my expectation and my prediction was that Morocco would win, and they did, right? But Scotland tried to make the game tough, right?
Yeah.
Because
And they scored first, I believe.
and Scotland, yeah, very, very good squad. You have the likes of Magin that will work tirelessly all through, McTominay that can create something out of nothing. I do not expect Brazil to have this thing easy. As a matter of fact, don't be shocked if this game ends up in a draw. If it ends up in a draw, it favors Brazil, but Scotland is never going to give up. Scotland is going to have a good game because they know that this is their last chance to proceed. A draw, I think, will carry them to the next stage, but Scotland do not want to lose this game, and I don't think they will lose this game.
Interesting
Morocco wins
prediction.
the group. Let me just say that Morocco wins this group.
That
Wow.
was going to be my contribution to this whole talk, is that they're going to blow out Haiti. So no matter what Brazil does against Scotland, I think their goal difference will be superior at the end of the day.
Wow.
So even if it's a draw or a win for Scotland, I can see that happening by very slim margins. I think Morocco still carries the group because the margin, even if Brazil beats Scotland, the margin won't be as high as what I think
Exactly.
Morocco is
As Morocco
capable of
against
doing
Haiti.
against Haiti. Yeah.
Interesting. All right. I am going to back that. Does anyone think Brazil has what it takes to make a deep run in the tournament? Semis, possibly? No?
The average
Quarters?
age of their starting 11 is too high. That's my take on Brazil.
Where is this Brazil team deficient? Because, I mean, yes, they're older. I see quality in specific areas, though, right? You have Vinny in attack. You have Gabriel in defense alongside Marquinhos.
I
You
can take
have
that question.
Alisson in goal. Gordon, tell me.
I'll
the
take that question and tell you where they are
We
deficient.
know they're not as great
And you'll probably agree with me. So your answer is actually your answer is there, right? Go back to when Brazil was Brazil.
Right.
What made them Brazil is those fullbacks. They produce those fullbacks, and those guys are
The
big.
Capos and the Roberto Carlos.
All the Brazilian national. I mean,
Yeah.
as young as I am, right? That's how far I could, remember. Like you're talking about Roberto Carlos, Cafu, Emerson, Marcelo, the guys that they
Alves,
produced, right?
these were
Those guys would join the
prime
attack,
talents.
right?
Yeah.
Those guys would join the attack. Macon, right? Teles, all those guys. Those guys would join the attack. Look at in the entire world, the best fullbacks are no longer coming from Brazil. And that's a problem right there, right? The best fullbacks today are coming from other nations. Like, you have the Portuguese Nuno Mendes.
Spain, Portugal.
You have Akimi, the Moroccan, who is also in this group, right? Those are the people you are looking at. You have the Dutch team that has Dumfries, right? Timber, unfortunately, couldn't make it, right? Those are the fullbacks you think of, and so there is no Brazilian conversation when it comes to fullbacks anymore, and that's where they have always been from, because they just joined that midfield and they joined the attack, and they just suffer that they continue to attack it from beginning to end. Now you push them back, they are afraid. Like, look at the first game. Like their manager has to make a sub. Ancelotti made a sub halftime because one of them was already on the yellow, and now you have Casemiro that is only playing with experience, which is great, which I respect anytime, any day, right? And with Bruno Guimaraes, which I felt would have made a difference. But Bruno Guimaraes has not really lived up to expectation in this tournament. So they're already deficient with fullbacks. Now the midfield is not as solid to compensate.
Struggling.
So Vini can do all he can do, but he has to support that defense because there's just a gap.
Help. Interesting.
Yeah, I agree. That's the area of weakness. That's just, like everywhere else through the core CDMs, you really don't need them to. Casemiro, I mean, he played for Man U this season. He was decent. He wasn't looking like he had completely lost his legs, but and he's supported by Guimaraes right there in the CM position. So through the middle, they're okay. It's on the wing. where they're really strong in attack but really really weak in defense, and you need
Mm,
both, right, to make it through the tournament. So that's where I feel like a really good team will catch them out. Morocco almost did it, all right, and
yeah.
I think once they get out of this group stage, especially if they don't finish top of the group, they might be in trouble.
Okay. So we're picking Brazil to go through, Morocco to go through, Scotland to go through, Morocco to win the group most likely, and Brazil to not make a deep run in the tournament. All right. Moving on to Group A, and that will be our final round of games for Wednesday. Mexico are already qualified regardless because of their head-to-head against Korea. So even if Mexico loses and Korea wins, Mexico already beat Korea, so they are guaranteed top spot in this group.
Yeah.
Mexico face off against Czechia, and South Africa play Korea in the last game. Um, I still think Mexico will go ahead and win the group, and sorry, not just win the group, but also beat Czechia in the last game. And I'm also expecting Korea to beat South Africa with one caveat. Korea looked really good in their first game that they won against, I believe it was Czechia. The one issue that I had against them against Mexico, it seemed like they were attempting to pay for the draw. They were content with having long periods of possession against Mexico. They pretty much dominated the game, but they never actually attacked, right? They were on the ball a lot. I didn't see any balls forward, really. No balls into the box. They were content with just playing around the box 18 of Mexico, recycling, the ball when they lost it, and it cost them because Mexico hit them on the counter attack, I believe twice, and they lost that game. Do you guys expect anything different? Korea
It's going to
win,
be
Mexico
different.
win?
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead, Edie.
I think for Mexico, this is a chance for the coach to, rotate the squad, try different things out, especially with the knockout stages. So it's probably, easy for you to see them giving Czech a game, but I won't be
Mm,
surprised if towards the middle or end of the game, um, they're doing a rotation and Czech can take advantage of that because they are desperate for points, right? So I won't
yeah.
say it's so cut and dry that Mexico take it. I could see maybe a draw if Czech really, really pushes. But I think Korea win their game.
Okay.
With a draw, Mexico still wins the group, right?
Yeah, they still win the
Okay.
game.
Yeah.
They are
So
guaranteed. They are guaranteed to win the
yeah, they
group.
are
They will
guaranteed,
win the
right?
group regardless. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Korea is definitely going to beat South Africa. South Africa might make it tough. Korea are they're really good in this tournament. The Mexico game, that was a mix of inexperience and some coaching in terms of
Yeah.
it's like they were playing and they were enjoying themselves and they forgot that they are scoring. Like,
Now the
guys, you need
objective
to
is to
score to
score.
win. Like, they were having possession, they were playing. I'm like, no, you got to find a way to win. But like, first half, they should have buried the game in the first half. They didn't, right? Mexico
Yeah.
was better in the second half than their first half. And the calamity
Yeah.
from their goalkeeper and the defense. So to me, that's kind of inexperience and immaturity with players. So I don't think they will repeat the same mistake. They'll probably be better in this game. And South Africa will have to be really, really defensive and take their chance if they want
Okay.
to advance. If not, they can go back and keep their jobs, which I expect them to be out. Uh, so I don't see any chance. Check, can they get the result against Mexico? If they get a draw, I really don't know if that 2 point takes them to the next round. I guess we're gonna have to wait for to now.
There's
Okay.
there's still 1 2 points. There are a couple of 2 point teams still qualifying. I just
Okay.
like scroll down, but they have 0 goal difference. I'm
Hmm.
guessing by the end of match week 3, that could improve to only be 3 points to
Yeah.
qualify and more than 0 goal difference if it's 2.
Yeah.
So,
So yeah. So there's a chance that maybe Mexico
and if
wants
So
you
to
draw, you're not
advance.
going to
for the
improve your goal
audience,
difference. So, if they
eight
get to 2 points, they cannot get
mm,
better than -1, if that makes any sense.
right.
So,
Right. So the top place for our audience, the top place 8 teams finishing third. The best, the top 8 best performing teams also make it to the knockout round. So if you finish third, depending on your number of points and how you perform against, a relative to the other third place teams in the rest of the groups, you could find yourself through. So fourth, definitely you're out. Third, you may or may not go.
You're gonna have to leave before ICE shows up at your hotel. So you're gonna have
to pack you up. All right. So those are groups A, B, C. I think we said we're expecting Mexico and Korea to win. Depends on how badly Czech and
Czech has a lock because Mexico might want to rest players.
Yeah,
maybe
right.
I don't know, but
yeah. So we'll see. All right, Group D. That's my
group D first, based on fixtures.
Well, fine. We'll talk about Group E first. USA.
All right, we have eagles in the background.
Continue.
All right, first game up is Curacao against Cote d'Ivoire, and we have Ecuador facing off against Germany. I have to say I'm a bit disappointed by Ecuador for many reasons in this tournament, because they have a decent team. Their stars in that backline that we know are top class. Caicedo, Mbappé, Estupinian. I'm missing someone else. Pacho, right?
Yeah.
But up front, we still have Valencia, who is 37 now or so. I'm surprised they haven't been able.
Why do you keep talking about it? You have Messi and Ronaldo. They are older, so come on.
Yes, but Messi and Ronaldo have been at the peak for years. Like when they were at their best, as I was telling someone today, Messi and Ronaldo were here. The gap to the next best players was like here. They've now declined, right? And they're now in the group with everybody else. Messi is maybe still just ahead, but they're now in the mix with everybody else. Valencia was never that high, so his decline, is further down.
Valencia helped this team through qualifications. I don't know how you're going to tell him not to. Like, he basically led his team through the qualification. Contributed to the goals, scored some goals himself. Was fantastic through the qualification process. So he won.
But they've played 2 games and they have not scored any goal.
Yeah,
in the World Cup.
I think it was just a standout performance by Curacao in that second game, right? For Ecuador, because they had. I'm just pulling up the game now. They had 26 shots, 15 on target, 75% of the possession. That was an overwhelming performance, right? On a normal day,
they got destroyed.
It is a tournament of the.
You don't expect them to come and chop another 5-0. They have to. They still want to enjoy the view of America, right? Like, don't send me back yet. So
I won't really say it's disappointment in Ecuador as much as it's like, a Curacao team that really showed themselves. Ecuador have only considered 1 goal.
Really. Like I said, they have a fantastic backline, but they're not able to score.
Yeah, I think they find a way in their last game to score.
The problem is that they're going up against Germany.
Wait, Ecuador is playing who again? Germany?
Germany is their last game.
Germany is going to rest some players, but even the team that they will field might be too strong for it.
Regardless.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Their bench is really, really impressive. Like, they were bringing on players. I was like, this person is on the bench. Like, Germany is stacked. They always seem to have a good squad every World Cup. And that's why
let me see if I can.
Bundesliga, they have talent in there.
They are typically my favorite going into every World Cup.
Man, Voldemort is playing. Undav is not playing. Undav has the most goals for them.
He has the most goals of a non-starting player. And
right. I mean,
you criticizing Valencia. Noah is the oldest player, I think, in this tournament. the goalkeeper.
I'm not talking about the age. I'm talking of the quality at a young age.
I get what you're saying. But he's been
Relative
consistent.
to
That's been his level. It's not like James Rodriguez that went to Madrid and failed and come back, right? Vanessa has always been at that level. He maintains his level. He's consistent.
Okay. Well, let's see if that level is good enough to get a goal against Germany.
Yeah. I mean, Germany will probably rotate here, so
They will rotate.
yeah, that squad will still be a challenge for Ecuador. I honestly want Ecuador to be
Because
out so that Ethiopia can go get some rest. Selfish interest.
Yeah. Okay, so here's the question. Does Cote d'Ivoire beat Curacao? Because I think that shapes how the rest of the group.
Why not?
Okay.
They will take out their frustration against Curacao. It was annoying to lose that game to Germany. It was supposed to end up a draw. A draw would have been fair.
Yeah. They had that game on lock for a long time.
I agree. So looking at that, then we're saying Germany finishes first because that's already confirmed. Cote d'Ivoire to beat Curacao to finish second. And Ecuador, regardless of the results, will finish on somewhere between 1 and 4 points and take third place. All right. Group F. Japan goes up against Sweden. Tunisia faces off against Netherlands. Top spot is still open in this group. Bottom group is confirmed. Bottom of the group is confirmed.
The way it works, even if this thing is crazy, right? You have teams that they haven't lost games. Let me ask you this question. You have teams that they haven't lost first 2 games, but they've managed to have 1 point. And they could end up with 2 points, meaning if their last game is a draw, their 1 goes to 2. And you are saying that those teams have chances of qualifying. But I'm looking at a team that automatically, because you've lost your first 2 games, that keeps you at 0. But let's say your last game, you win, and that gives you...
You win it.
It doesn't matter.
Okay, why is that?
Doesn't matter.
Because that's it's head-to-head.
That's a good question. But yeah, it's head-to-head.
Because it's head-to-head.
Head-to-head is
so head-to-head, if they... So let's look at why Tunisia is out, for example, right? And I think a lot of people... I was asking this question for like 2 days straight. I'm like, is it some kind of scam? So Tunisia, for example, right? If they manage to get 3 points, Sweden already beat them. So their 3 points will be relevant to Sweden, even if they scored 10 goals. So the head-to-head just eliminates them. Even if Sweden goes to a negative goal difference like they do, and their goal difference supersedes, the head-to-head that Sweden beat Tunisia eliminates Tunisia from the competition just by the virtue of them both having 3 points at the end of the day.
Let me repeat what you're saying. So Sweden losing to Japan and even making their goal difference worse. And Tunisia beating Netherlands, which will not happen, but let's say it happens, right? And beating Netherlands by 4-0, which takes them to minus.
Let's even theoretically say Tunisia beat Netherlands by 8-0, right?
Get them 0 points, right?
And Sweden lose their game, takes them to at least -1.
Sweden will still be number 3, while Tunisia will be number 4.
Yeah, because they both have 3 points, and the tie break is not goal difference. The tie break is head-to-head. Like
it's head-to-head first.
And then so that's why they're out.
It's crazy.
I was scratching my head when they kept saying on the commentary that they're out. I'm like, how are they out? They still have a chance.
Like any team there, like Jordan lost yesterday, and they were like, Jordan is out because they've lost 2 straight games. And I'm looking at teams that they might end up with 2 points, and you are saying that they have chances of going through.
Yeah, but they're out.
Okay.
That's the way this competition is structured.
I mean,
this year.
It's funny. They should look at the cons of this thing, because there is no incentive for Tunisia to come up here and provide a very turn up. They won't turn up.
They're the World Cup. They're playing for pride.
They're the World Cup. They're playing for pride. They're playing for their national. See, your whole country is watching. You want a point at least.
Yeah, but I think there's no gain. There's no value. There's nothing. You have nothing.
So, in terms of the group, I think it makes sense that Sweden gets to go through for beating you. Where I think there might be a question mark is if a team in another group has 2 points and they couldn't win any of their games, why does that team get to go through ahead of someone who
That's what I
finishes
just said.
the
Like
3 point?
the group that we
Yeah.
just looked at,
So that I can see an argument for that, for
Ecuador,
maybe a fourth place
Curacao,
team going to a third place team, but
Yeah.
Ecuador,
again, it's the
Curacao,
luck of the
if you scroll up, could end up to 2,
yeah,
right? And there's a chance
yeah,
that Ecuador might go through. That's what I just talked about, right?
With 2 points instead
And
of 3.
Tunisia
Yeah, it's
yeah.
get 3
possible.
points, and
It's possible, but it's not very likely because by the end of match week 3, I
You
don't
will
think
have
there's
other
only
teams
2 point
that
teams
will
that will
have at
qualify.
least
I think
3 points in third place. Yeah. Yeah.
you would have to have a minimum of 3 points by the end of
okay.
match week 3.
Yeah. Okay, so the question though is, do you guys think Sweden are able to beat Japan, or because I think that's
No,
maybe a good question, right? We expect Netherlands to beat Tunisia, and Tunisia is out for sure. So I think first and fourth are determined. The question is, does Japan beat Sweden,
Japan will beat
or
Sweden
is it a
in my
draw?
own book. Japan will beat Sweden in my own book. Japan drew with
Yeah,
Netherlands,
Oh,
right?
Japan
And they
is
beat
that?
Tunisia. Japan is good. Did you watch the first game against Netherlands?
Japan is very good this
I
year.
did.
They're always
They're always
good,
good.
but
And the
they're
same thing
Oh,
particularly
last World
good
Cup.
this year.
yeah, they're
They
good.
will see
They're good.
Sweden. I think people got carried away because Sweden won their first game. I get it. Sweden,
Yeah,
remember how Sweden qualified for this World Cup? Do you guys remember? Through a back door. Like
yeah, they went
basically,
through
like
the back.
they
They
won
went
no
through the
game in
playoffs.
their group qualification. Sweden won no game, and they are in the World Cup.
Yeah, they have great attacking
Yeah, they've
talent,
not been
but for all
good,
that
and they
attacking
made it. So
talent, they
I
have
wasn't
very poor
expecting them
defense.
to do well. Then they surprised people because they won the first game. I
Yeah,
started rating them. I did not rate them still.
but they played Tunisia.
They played Tunisia. Wait, is it Sweden, Tunisia? No, it's Sweden, Japan.
Sweden, Japan.
It's Sweden, Japan.
No, I mean like I'm talking of the games Sweden won.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
yeah,
They
yeah.
played Tunisia,
Where they got
exactly,
that 3
which is
points.
not a great team. So they
Right.
got exposed.
I won't say any of the African teams are not great. I think it's very competitive to come out of Africa. So if there's an African team in this competition, they are pretty good.
All right.
They're okay. Now, what I would say is
I think
Sweden
Tunisia
came
and
to that game
Algeria
guns blazing.
pointing. The rest of the teams I think have done pretty well.
Okay.
Yeah. I would say Sweden came to the competition guns blazing and they were ready for the first game, right? I think they had to adjust against Netherlands. I think they still went with 4-4-2, which
Bro,
proved to be disastrous for
the
them
Netherlands
because the
used them as
level
a
of the
practice.
competition went up. Yeah. So they were too open, they were so exposed, and Netherlands just cut through them the same way they cut through Tunisia. So they'll probably have to be even more disciplined against Japan because I think Japan will be able to exploit that 4-4-2 that if they play the same thing again. So I think they should learn from their mistake and play a tighter game. But I still think Japan gets the win just because of how well they put their teams together.
Okay, so for Group F, we're expecting the table to stay like this: Netherlands first, Japan second, and Sweden third. All right. Let's see. All right, Turkey against USA. We know Turkey are eliminated. We know the US have clinched the group. So very similar situation to Group F, where we know first and fourth are confirmed. USA are likely to rotate. And it seems Pulisic is fit now, so I think we expect him maybe not to start, but to get some minutes in this game. I think that's a big question mark that has been going on ever since he, limped out. Well, we didn't see him limp out, but since he was subbed at halftime in that first game against Paraguay. Tell me, what do you guys expect? I mean, regardless of how we perform, we're through. So I'll let you guys talk about the rest of the group. Paraguay, Netherlands. How do you guys see that game shaping up?
I think the most important game in this group is Australia, Paraguay.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, for sure.
Those are the. I mean, if they can, the two of them can settle for a draw and carry themselves through. I think that would be good for them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if they settle for a draw, that's for 4 points each, right? And they both go through.
Yeah, and that will guarantee.
If there's a winner here,
I can see that happening too.
if there's a winner
I can see
here,
that.
maybe Paraguay. Yeah, maybe Paraguay if there is a winner because they have a very strong defense. Well, a better defense against the Turkey, even though people can argue that Turkey didn't know how to score. Uh, Australia, they're okay, but they're also not that great. So I, I think a draw is going to be a boring game, to be honest. Yeah, Dubai.
You've forgotten your guy for Australia, Biodun. Irakonda.
It was nowhere to. It disappointed me against the US team. I was like, come on, this guy show up. Like, he didn't do anything. So
I think you're underestimating the
it's
USA. I
fine.
think
It's
you're
fine. It's
underestimating the
fine.
USA.
Win the group. We'll talk about the next round. Win the group. I'll wait for you. It's fine.
All right. I mean, so I loved, Australia's formula against Turkey. They just sat back, they waited, and hit them on the counter. Boom, boom, twice. And Arakunda and Traore, I think Paraguay need to watch out for that as well. But, we'll see if that's enough. Like you said, they might both just settle for a draw and be like, hey, guys, like we go through if we draw. So that might be good enough. All right. Okay. On to Friday. The Golden Boot race contestants, Kylian Mbappé and Erling Brute Haaland face off against each other in this one. Again, I think where am I? I'm going to Group I now.
Group I, yeah.
So the interesting thing about this is this determines who finishes top of the group.
Wait, okay.
France?
So I have a question. Yeah, this is a very good scenario. Why haven't them ruled out Senegal and Iraq?
Because somebody could still come third.
Because whoever wins will come third, or whoever finishes third, they could finish with 3 points or 1 point. If they finish with 1 point, they're most likely out. If one person manages to win that group, they're most likely through.
Okay. This is crazy, man.
I mean, it makes sense because if you have 2 points, there's a chance. If you have one, you're definitely not one of the best.
African champion, 0 points. I mean, tough group.
It's tough opposition. And the Senegal and Norway game, I thought it would be close, and it was, right? 3-2 at the end of the day. I thought it would be a boxing match.
Hold on. What am I even missing? What happened? Wait, Senegal, Norway, right? Oh, that was yesterday.
Yeah, 3-2. That was the game.
That was a disappointing game. That was a 3-2. Okay.
It was disappointing because I think we expected Senegal to put up a better fight, and Norway pretty much had control.
I didn't. I didn't because of Haaland. That Haaland factor is too hard. Like the goals that were scored, they were like half chances, right? He side foots the ball mid-air.
I remember my text message before the game when someone was asking, "What do you support?" I said, "I don't want to support. I don't like Haaland, but I know he's a stubborn guy." That was exactly my point. Like, you can't bet against the guy. He was this point. He made that difference.
Yeah, I would love to see them against France, and I'll be hoping both of them take it seriously. But
so let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Yeah,
they will. France has to take it serious because
France wants to win the group.
They want to win the group. You don't want to go up against a tough second.
Not yet. Team. Yeah, not yet. I want to avoid that. Deschamps knows better. He will avoid.
Well, some groups will get to play the third positions. Don't forget about that, right? The winner of the groups. So that's a big incentive to want to win the group here, right?
Exactly. And I pointed out France actually low key, because France have a very strong squad. It wasn't very noticeable.
They used the second team.
But they rested. It wasn't the second team. They changed 3 players. Right, they subbed out Theo Hernandez.
They subbed out Dembele. They subbed out Olise. Right.
Yeah, so they took out those guys towards the end of the game. But Theo Hernandez didn't start at left back. They brought in Dinya, who is a very good left back. Chouameni didn't start. They brought in Manu Kone. Right, Chouameni you would expect to start against the Spain, England, type opposition. They didn't start Desiree Doué, who I would expect to start. They brought in. Who was his replacement?
So they played. What they did was they moved Bakola to the left.
Bakola started
in the middle,
Yep.
and they put
Yep.
Dembele rotating with Mbappe.
On the right.
That's what they did. This
Right.
time around, they're going to start Doué, Olise,
Dewey will start.
Dembele,
Olise will
Mbappe.
start. Mbappe will
Yeah.
start. Yep.
So we know what's going to happen against. I mean, if they get goals in the beginning, then they probably put them out again for who they play next. But Norway cannot rest players. They are they have to start
They can't
their
afford.
main players, right? The question is,
Yeah.
I don't even think Haaland will get chances in this game because the creator of the chances will probably be blocked in that midfield. They will take the ball away from them.
Yep.
They will take the ball away from them. Odegaard will have to do a lot of work to dictate play.
Yep. Odegaard.
Because I want to see Saliba against Haaland.
If they're under pressure for majority of the game, there's always route one, right? They could just put the ball in behind the defense, and Haaland is very fast. So
that's Upamecano and Saliba
the thing.
right there.
Exactly. But the problem,
is very fast.
I've been saying it. Upamecano has an error in him, and we saw the goals that France considered in that first game against Senegal, right? Very tough shots that Manyan could have stopped went right through his hands. Those two, I think, have errors in them, and that's where Norway could find a goal. Again, will it be enough for them to win? I don't think so. They could snatch a draw. I think they could snatch a draw.
It's going to be an interesting game.
Worst case.
I think if Mbappe plays, France is going to win.
Most likely France wins this game because, as you pointed out, Bjorn, Norway will hardly get a chance on the ball.
That's what I'm saying. Like you're talking about Haaland, that's fine. They won't.
They won't be able to get the ball.
He won't have chances. The creator won't. They won't let them. Like you can't hold the ball against this France. You have to be as good as Spain or Germany. Get possession out of this French team that I'm looking at. The young. And
I mean, when I say Haaland, I'm talking about the possibility of counter attacks, right? And if you see France is going to dominate the game,
but the speed you have,
this guy covers space. These French boys will cover space. So you lob the ball, right? Fine, lob the ball. Saliba will stay, right? Chomani, just think of the possible scenarios.
I've seen it happen so many times with City, so I'm just saying there is a pass or two that can get in behind the French defense if they are pressing for majority.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I just don't see Norway having a chance. I'm just telling you.
Okay.
I see them snatching a draw because they could be very defensive. France maybe find it hard to score more than one or two. And
this is how they will get a draw. This is how they will get a draw. Throughout this game, I see France leading through. And I see France pulling out players, and I see Haaland, and I see Norway staying consistent and persistent, and they will get chances towards the end because France will pull out some of the key players to rest, and they might see goals and Haaland might come out. That is if the Norwegian coach refuses to pull out Haaland as well to get some rest. So they have to stay in the game for 90 minutes. France, they don't have to stay in the game for 90 minutes.
Yeah. All right, let's move.
I still think France win, but I can see a counter.
And so we're expecting Senegal to win this game and go through.
If they like, they should fail and get a result against Iraq. Just dethrone them and
they have to win by a big margin. I don't think just getting 3 points is enough.
They made it tough for themselves. This is a game that they should be resting. They should have gathered points by now and they should be resting.
Yeah, they should have at least 4 points.
The draw against Norway would have gone a long way.
Iraq will be tough for them because it's going to be physical.
Yeah, that's true. All right, let's move on to Group H. Cabo Verde face off against Saudi Arabia, Cape Verde, and Uruguay play against Spain.
They have not lost in the World Cup history, Cape Verde. That's their record. They have not lost any game. Yes. First time in the World Cup, they have not lost any game.
Yep. They're doing well.
I honestly, I can see them
taking
it.
Exactly. That draw, they are true.
I could actually see them beating Saudi Arabia. You guys,
that's what I'm saying. The worst, they get a draw, right?
I can see them winning that game. They play very well, surprisingly, but it's true. Yeah.
The worst, they get a draw.
I mean,
and if they win, they go up to 5. And Spain is playing Uruguay. They're not the Uruguay of old.
To 5, right?
Right?
And
Yeah.
goal difference, same goal difference with Uruguay.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
And I expect Spain to beat Uruguay.
I expect Spain to beat Uruguay at what cost? That's the problem. You know how this game is going to be, right? This game is going to be rough. It's going to be a lot of diving because you know how the South Americans will behave. They know themselves as Spanish, so it's going to be a bit tough.
Yeah.
Spain, even though
It's gonna be
Spain,
scrappy.
It's gonna be really scrappy.
Spain know how to play physical if they have to. So
Yes.
one thing that people
That's what I was
understand
gonna
about
say.
Spanish team,
The Spanish know how to
they
dive
go
as well
physical
when
if they
needed.
have to, but that's not their
That's not their
that's not their
preferred style,
handle,
no.
right? They don't usually do that,
Yeah.
but they have players that are capable of doing that because they are very close to South America the way they play. So they like to play tactically, keep the ball away from you. But if you challenge them to the physical, they will go for it. That's what you're gonna get with this Spain.
Yeah.
Uruguay is disappointing.
Okay.
Like they have these players that you expect more, but no, they're struggling. Yeah.
But do they though? Who do they have?
They haven't lost a game either. So
What did you
You said they
I
haven't
said
lost
they haven't lost a game either.
You said they're
Yeah,
disappointing.
but they haven't
because
played
they
Spain,
haven't-
right? So they haven't lost.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
They haven't lost against
Who does
Ecuador
Uruguay
and South
have that you
Africa.
expect to make a difference? So?
Valverde, I think. I mean,
No. They have
Yeah.
Nunes, who is not starting, right? I thought he would
Well,
be starting.
we
They have
know
Araujo.
Nunez's record. Right. Muslera has made a lot
Yeah.
of great saves.
They have a decent
That's Araujo
defense,
right
which
there.
is
Yeah,
showing.
but
So they
they
haven't
have
lost.
match
They haven't lost the game.
They have Ozegi, Maria Jimenez.
Yeah.
So decent defense. They have Bueno. They have Wate.
Bentancur, Tottenham.
Bentancur.
Wate, Man United.
etc. Yeah. Okay, so decent team. I guess up front is where the problem is.
Yeah, putting the ball at the back of the net. So that might be what plays to Spain's advantage is that they won't be able to score, even if they're tough to score against.
Well, I mean, they have
Before
considered 3 goals.
Cucurella against Valverde,
But-
new teammates.
Yeah. Okay, so we're expecting Spain to win, and we're thinking Cape Verde maybe
Cape Verde,
could even sneak into second.
Cape Verde could go second, man. Yeah, I'm rooting
Yeah.
right now. I'm supporting them. Beat Saudi, then you go second for sure.
So that's my other team. I don't have their jersey on. With I need to get my other team jerseys in the background.
Beat Saudi, you go second.
Cape Verde is my other team I'm supporting in the World Cup. All right. Okay, and then last round of games for that day, Egypt goes up against Iran, and New Zealand face off against Belgium.
But
Egypt are somehow top of the group after
Egypt is
after that win. I mean, Belgium were disappointing. They didn't have Doku in that game. They couldn't find a way to win. Who was their first?
Your Trossard couldn't deliver.
I mean, we know where Trossard is not a no comments. Yeah, the one where
I think Belgium's biggest problem is in the striking position. They don't have a short striker. Lukaku is not. He has never been the sharpest in the world. But at the same time, I don't think they have anybody that they can put in. Like he's the best option.
Yeah, he was. They were down in that first game. You guys remember they were down 1-0 and Lukaku came on and equalized. And so they started him in the second game, but he didn't have Doku, so the supply to me seemed limited. Doku will be back for this game, though, so I expect them to win against New Zealand.
That's how we expected them to win the previous game.
There's the expectation, but we'll see. New Zealand is not bad.
New Zealand is not bad, but they're also not great.
But
I think they've done well so far, to be honest.
They've done okay.
They've done okay.
I think with Doku back,
let me
they have
see how these things will play out.
They create enough to win.
Can
the
Egypt
game.
beat Iran? Ayo, UD. They can, right?
Iran could also beat Egypt.
Okay.
Iran could draw Egypt. I don't know about beat.
If they draw Egypt, that's 5-3 right there. 5 points to Egypt and 3 points to Iran.
3 points to Iran.
Right.
And if Belgium win, they also get to 5.
There's gonna
get to 5. Right? Okay. So that's interesting. Okay. So
Belgium and Egypt
can still go through.
Belgium and Egypt.
Yeah, so it will come down to goal difference then.
Yeah. Okay. I think the best thing for Egypt is to win. If they play the way they did against New Zealand, I think they'll win.
Yeah. Okay.
Iran won't be a
They won't.
pushover, so
We know that they didn't lose any game
we'll
yet.
see. Yeah, they've not lost a game. They've only considered what 2 goals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they won't be a pushover.
All right. And then we go into the last round of games on Saturday. JKL before we get into the knockout stages. Okay. We start off with Panama going up against England. Again, Panama eliminated for sure. No chance of them because they lost to Croatia. Right? So worst case, Croatia finished third. England have to beat Panama. I expect they will beat Panama. So I expect England finishes top of this group. Don't expect Ghana will beat Croatia by a similar goal margin because Ghana would have to surpass the goal difference by which England beat Panama. So if England beat Panama, say 3-0, 2-0, you're also looking at Ghana to beat them 2-0 to finish in second, which is unlikely. So I think it comes down to Ghana Croatia game as a deciding factor for this. Sorry, guys.
Ghana is not going to play what they played today against England. That's my own take.
Agreed.
They're probably gonna come out play, and that will make the game open against Croatia, and it could be 50-50. They could end up playing. They could end up playing a draw. So we'll see.
Yeah. Yudi, thoughts? Not on Croatia.
I was happy that Ghana got the points against England today. Yeah, I was happy about that. I think they have a chance against Croatia if they play a tight game. Croatia also, they're pragmatic. They don't do too much if they don't need to, and they're very quick and accurate when they need to go forward. So
Croatia,
I can see Ghana sneaking out a win from this game, but I don't think it will be easy. So it's more looking like a draw, but I can see a Ghanaian.
I'm honestly looking.
So I favor Ghana to go through no matter what. I mean, they already have 4 points.
Yeah.
Panama is out. 4 points should be enough in third place, no matter what. So Ghana is through. Croatia is probably through as well.
I think what could help Ghana in this game is they have quality in some areas. So I was impressed by their draw against England today, which tells me that they have a solid defense because they matched England in what I would call speed of thought, which means in terms of England's creativity,
they weren't one-on-one play. They were not that
even with England's rotations, they were right there. And what I saw from Croatia today when they played Panama was Croatia was slow. The Panamanians were a lot like they were fast, but they just lacked that experience to get something. And so I think that could play in Ghana's favor. Again, also Ghana missed Partey in the first game. They have Partey available now. I believe they're playing in the US. He is in the US. He wasn't allowed into Canada. But Partey is available. They have Semenyo and Inaki Williams up front who could help them. Ayew, even though we know he's not a goal scorer, he's very hard to get the ball off.
And he can win fouls.
And he wins fouls. So that, I haven't been impressed with Croatia at all. We know Guardiola has struggled with injury. They took him up at halftime today against Panama. Again, that was because they were looking for goals and they knew they were dominating. But it'll be a different game against Ghana. So I think worst case, we're expecting a draw. Yes. So Ghana to finish second in this group, possibly, and Croatia third. We're expecting the group to stay this way. Group L.
I think so. England has to win to cement their first place. They have to give everybody a better result, considering this one as a disappointment. To be honest, I don't think it's a disappointment, but sometimes when you rate a team and a lot of expectation and they play just against Ghana, then you try to beat them down. That's okay.
Yeah.
You could have lost the game as well. So they rather take a draw than lose the game, right? So they have to figure out. Let's not forget the possession was 79 to 21%. I understand people praising Ghana, and this is the bias in the football world, which is stupid and crazy. When Arsenal did it against PSG, it was terrible. Oh, blah 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 blah. But when Ghana did it, it was like, oh wow, like it's just the bias and the stupid way where people take out their bias as they watch games. They basically
Yeah.
packed.
I mean, it's respect for your opposition.
Okay, but when Arsenal, when they do that and recognizing that some teams are better and we just have to see, it's
But
alarm
you're in the
football. It's
Champions
stupid
League
football. It's
final.
negative football. It's alarm and people criticize.
But you
You're in the
expect
Champions League final.
PSG to dominate possession. You're not going to fight PSG. It's the same way Ghana. You're not going to try and fight England for possession. You expect England to dominate, so you
Same
play
thing.
to your strengths. But it is
That's
it,
fair.
it is what
That's
it
fair.
is. We saw what happened to Liverpool and Chelsea when they tried to go toe to toe in the same Champions League when it was not even the final.
Thank you. Liverpool try to go. It's even worse. Liverpool, they are hypocrites. When they play the first leg in
Liverpool actually defended. They
Anfield,
played with the back five.
they played defensive. They packed the boss and they still got beaten.
And Chelsea tried to go toe to toe and got exposed.
It's 2.
It too. So it is what it is. We go to Group K. Cristiano Ronaldo, CR7, has announced himself. He's at the World Cup. He's joined in that Golden Boot race with 2 goals today. They're top of the group now. I know there was a lot of criticism after that first game against Congo. Congo played well. They were very defensive. Portugal did dominate possession. They just couldn't find a way. But now the interesting thing though is that we're at the time of recording, we're in the middle of this Colombia Congo game. Right now it's halftime, it's a draw. We'll see how that one ends out. So a little bit still to be determined. On paper, Colombia are the stronger team, but Congo also have a lot of experience. You have the likes of Chancellor Mbemba, Maswaku, who else am I forgetting in defense? Wan-Bissaka, right? Guys who have played in the EPL. You have Mbemba and Wissa up front. So there's quality up there. So far, they're holding their own against Colombia. They held their own against Portugal. I looking at this group, I expect those 3 will go through because I expect Congo will beat Uzi in the last game. I don't know if you guys have that same opinion. Who finishes? I expect Portugal to beat Colombia as well. I don't know if you guys have the same thought, but I expect Portugal to win this game. No? Judy,
I don't know.
Tell me why.
Yeah, I'm not convinced that is that easy to say I expect Portugal to beat Colombia. I think let's see how they play against Congo. If they don't concede against Congo, I will give them a chance against Portugal as well.
If who doesn't concede?
If Colombia,
a draw.
yeah.
If Colombia don't concede against Congo, I'll give them
If Colombia beats Congo convincingly, which I think they have second half to go,
they have 45 minutes left. They're not going
I will rate them and give them a chance against Portugal. If it ends up that Congo eventually kind of dominates, Portugal has a good squad, but so far I haven't seen that bite. But they're capable of playing.
I'm not convinced of Portugal's ability to easily put away games. Okay. Right? They will be in games and people will have a chance, and that's just where they are today. Now, can that change with the next game? Yes. But against this Colombia team who really can play ball, right? Colombia,
they can play ball.
And they're sharp, right? So let's see how they play against Congo. If they don't concede against Congo, I give them a great chance against Portugal, like a draw at least.
Okay.
A draw at least, not a win, a draw.
Yeah.
Because Portugal do have a decent defense. It's not like they're going to be walkovers, but I don't expect.
For me, the issue with Portugal lies at the feet of Roberto Martinez. I don't know how he gets these jobs. He had the golden Belgian generation. We all know what happened in the 2014 and 2018 World Cups. And we're back now with maybe not a golden Portuguese generation, because I think that generation managed to win the Euros.
Yeah.
The rest of them are in their 30s now, right? We know Cristiano Ronaldo is 41, right? We have Bernardo Silva, we have Bruno Fernandes. All those guys are in their 30s. You have Cancelo. Those guys are all in their 30s now. So still a really good team. I don't
Yeah.
intend to win
I
the
don't
World
think
Cup.
the team is bad.
It's not a bad team. It's a team with a lot of quality, but I don't think they're
Yeah.
because of their manager. I
I
don't
think
think
it's
they
I
have.
actually think it's a solid team defensively.
Mhm.
What I've not seen yet is an attack that can overwhelm the best of teams, right? Like England, for example, or France. If you called any other team, you would say, okay, you call names that are going to dominate that game and cause confusion,
Yeah.
right? For Portugal, you struggle to say the same thing with how they're playing now. Now that can change. Uzbekistan, I don't think is a fair test for how well they're playing. I think Congo was a fair test, but we are seeing now that Congo defensively is very strong. So if Colombia can find a way around Congo or just hold their own, I would say that Portugal will have the same struggle that they had against Congo against Colombia. That they will find it hard to score. They will find it hard to break them down. But would they lose? No, but they'll find it hard to break them down.
Colombia's problem, though, I think, is that they find it hard to put away chances because they dominated that game against Uzbekistan as well, but it took them such a long time to score.
Yeah.
They had tons of chances in that game, right? And it took them a while. Portugal didn't make that mistake today. Portugal were clinical. So I
Yeah.
think that's the problem with Colombia. They have a really good team,
No,
uh, but they
yeah, I
struggle to
see
put
a
away
draw. I
chances.
don't see a loss for either side for
And
like
we're seeing it today as well against Congo, right? They've dominated that game. They've had, I think, 7, 8 shots on target. I'm not looking at the stats, but just from what I'm seeing of the game, so many shots on target, but right at the keeper. There was one where they had the empty net and the guy missed, right? So that's where they're not going to get that many chances against Portugal like they did against Congo and against
that's
Uzbekistan
fair.
to be able to score.
That's fair. But as far as they can hold their own defensively, I give them a chance to draw the game. That's my conclusion for
Yeah,
Colombia.
Portugal will be the test for both of them, as Colombia will be the test for Portugal.
Yeah.
All right. So I think we're expecting these three to go through. We expect Congo to finish third. Well, they could finish second. And
Dr. Who said they were Dr. Congo? That's what everyone's been saying, right? Dr. Congo.
all right. And the last games for the group stage, we have Argentina going up against Jordan.
Oh,
Jordan are out.
that's
I think Argentina will
They
reconfirm why
start
they're out.
padding.
I think Messi and Argentina will reconfirm
I
why
actually
they're
expect
out.
Alvarez to start this game. And
Yes,
Messi
I think Messi will be rested. Do you guys expect Messi to play at all? Will they maybe put him in for the
he'll come
golden
off the
boot
bench, but maybe like 30
in the
minutes
game?
just for the fans.
against Jordan. I mean, yeah, for the fans, yeah,
I don't expect him to see at all. I think he has what 5 goals already,
yeah, that goes.
right?
And I mean, he could start, he could
I
come
don't
off, he
expect him to
could
play at all.
start from the bench. I think they're probably gonna give him some minute because of the fans. I mean, it's FIFA's baby, so expect something.
We'll see. I will be shocked to see him play at all against Jordan, but we'll see.
You don't know what FIFA
Yeah.
wants.
Uh,
They want interviews. They want money.
I mean, there's a reason why he's the last group game. There's a reason
Yeah,
why
right.
he's playing in the
There's a
Dallas
there's a
Stadium.
reason why Inter Miami played the World Club competition, right? So yeah.
my my point is Messi brings views, he brings eyes. So this game against Jordan is a
Exactly.
exhibition game for
And
the
the
World Cup.
Jordanese might want to
Well,
shake his hand and exchange jerseys. So, so they want to play against Messi.
Jordanians. Okay, so the determining game then is Austria against Algeria because I think we've confirmed that Argentina has won this group. They're through. So it comes down to how Austria do against Algeria. I don't expect Algeria to get a result. Do you guys have a contradicting opinion?
They struggled so much against Jordan that they should have put it away so
Algeria,
easily.
they're still in the race, right? I want them.
Yeah, no, they're gonna
They
get out
beat, they
of the
beat
group.
Jordan.
Yeah.
Yeah, they will get
Yeah,
out.
they're gonna get out of the group. It's just that
And
they
Wait, if they
still
get a
they will
draw
get a
against
good
Austria,
more
what
than
does it
them.
mean for them?
They don't even need a draw. I mean, if they get a
No,
draw,
who's
they
second?
finish third.
They might need
Second.
it.
Who comes
They might
second?
need it. -2 might be
Austria is
borderline
second.
for the last day.
Okay, Austria will be second,
Uh,
even if it's yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, -2 might be borderline. If they further reduce that -2 to like -3, that would be an issue. So or -4, that would be an issue
Yeah.
for them on the last day. I don't think that -2
It's good
is
enough.
comfortable if it goes lower. I think -2 is like the cutoff. If it goes
I'll
lower,
just be
I
honest.
think might have an issue.
I couldn't watch the Algeria Jordan game yesterday, but the quality for me compared to everything else I've
The
watched.
goals were so
I've
scrappy. They didn't put
I
clear
couldn't watch
chances together. It wasn't a great game for Algeria.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And thankfully, those games have been the last one, so I had no problem saying I'm going to sleep. I think I've missed 2 games like that where I'm like, these games are not worth me staying up for. Again, sorry, no disrespect to anyone. It's just the quality wasn't the best compared to all the other games. I expect Austria to win. Do you guys think Algeria could find a point?
Algeria can win this game.
I think Austria will take it. Honestly, I can see a draw, but I can see Austria winning it too. So I think it's leaning more Austria win than.
Okay, we'll see. I mean, Algeria is not bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're not bad. They didn't look put together in the last game. Like they didn't look like they were ready. They did okay against Argentina. It's just Messi is Messi.
Yeah. All right, and that brings us to the end of the group stages. We'll see how things shake up. We'll be back again with you guys to look at the round of 32. Again, this is the first time we're having the round of 32 at the World Cup because we now have an expanded 32 team tournament. So interesting to see. All right, any closing thoughts, guys? How are you guys enjoying the World Cup so far? What are your thoughts? Good World Cup, bad World Cup, decent World Cup?
It's exciting. It's exciting. So many stars and they're all shining.
Then my takeaway is that people are lying and global lies is on the increase because I thought people say economy is bad. There's no money and the ticket prices are high. And I'm looking at all the stadiums and people are filled. So I'm beginning to
no, the stadiums are packed.
And I call friends, family associates, co-workers, complaining there's no money, the tickets are, but you guys are showing up anyway. Now I know who you are, so but it's fine, it's okay.
I have the same feeling. I'm like, am I poor?
Yeah,
or am
like,
I just YOLOing?
Maybe
Maybe
we are not okay, Ayo. Maybe we're not. We need help.
Yeah, it'll be nice to be at one of these games before they're all done.
I am on a protest.
Yeah.
I'm not going.
Same. That's where I'm at. I would rather pay the same
FIFA?
amount of money and go to
You're
Portugal.
protesting FIFA.
I'm
Don't want me
protesting
to get
against.
into that conversation. Everything about this thing is nonsense. Like I can't stand all these. Again, that another like hydration breaks. Why are we having hydration breaks when it's raining?
We've come to we know what.
Just
American
And you even have the American commentators talking about the end of the first quarter. I'm like,
I refuse to watch games
don't do that.
commentaries. I watch the
Don't do
European
that.
commentaries.
Honestly, when we get past this point, this group stages where it's like imbalanced teams, like heavily imbalanced teams, except for a few games here and there, this hydration breaks will have a real effect on the outcomes of games.
But you know what? We haven't really had many imbalanced games. That's been I think for me, considering we expanded the World Cup, I think that's been the good part. Wow, I'm watching Colombia still missing many more chances. Anyway, there've only been like maybe 2 or 3 games that I'm like, I don't want to see this. Like the teams that are new, Haiti has struggled. But other teams that we expected would struggle, like Curacao, like Cape Verde, like Congo, that are new to the World Cup or haven't been at the World Cup in a while, like Congo hasn't been here in 50 years, they haven't struggled, right?
Yeah.
They haven't. They're
Yeah,
holding their own. So
they're not
I'm
acting like
enjoying
the
it.
typical small teams that we used to know.
Yeah, yeah, I'm enjoying it. So it's good. It's good. It means the quality of football is improving around the world, which I would credit FIFA for that, right? Whether we for whatever it is, the
I,
quality
I,
of football seems
I
to be
won't
improving.
say, well, is it FIFA or is it just a lot more of these players are coming out of leagues that have matured, right?
I think it's FIFA as well to an extent. So we can look at the likes of the players playing for Congo. Some of these players are players that have naturalized. We know the likes of Wan Bissaka. FIFA introduced that rule that allowed players to have a one-time switch. We know
Mm,
they give a lot of money to these football associations now, whether they do something good with it or not.
yeah,
We can see how hard it is to get out of Africa now. Nigeria is not here.
yeah,
Cameroon is not here. These
yeah.
are teams that are
Competition
supposed to be
is
at the World
definitely
Cup.
higher after that rule switch. Yeah, where you
Exactly.
can you can switch countries. Yeah, yeah.
So competition has improved. The smaller countries now have enough money that they can also, start to raise the standards, and it's just harder in general. So I'm enjoying the World Cup now. I've heard people, you know, clamoring for a 48 team World Cup. I don't think we're there yet because we're not at the point where all 32 teams are, close enough. We're still seeing some games where there are blowouts. We saw Germany in their first game against Curacao. We saw, Uzbekistan today against Portugal. So there are still those one-offs. So I don't think we're quite ready for 48. But I like this. I like this. What is it?
You know what I would really
Uh,
love
what?
for the World Cup, Euro, and Olympic to be on a 3 year cycle.
Three
Hmm.
year cycle. You just said that.
Yeah,
Who is
each one of
proposing?
them
Is
three
Why?
somebody
year cycle.
proposing that?
Oh, so there's something to look forward to every summer. So there's something to
That's
look
funny.
forward to every summer.
Okay. All
Um,
right.
the 3 year cycle will be
It,
nice.
yeah,
So it's like
there's going to be, yeah,
Rotating.
they have to think through because there will be effects on club football. Like this World Cup
Well, on
is
the
going to
players as
affect
well. Yeah,
a lot of chances of
a lot of
many teams to compete for their
yeah,
local league, right? So,
yeah. I don't expect anything.
yeah.
Anyway,
All right.
that's it, guys. All right. On that note, catch you next time around.
all right.